What's up, everybody, on the podcast now? I'm Alex. In this video, I want to talk about if Predator Hunting Grounds is completely broken. Now, this is based off of the most recent patch that's gone up, patch 1.06. Now, I want to start this off by being completely blatantly honest with you guys, okay? I feel like that's pretty darn important for me to have with you, and I've always done it. Over the past couple days, I've moved states. So I've been driving, I've been packing, I've been unpacking. It's been very, very hectic. I haven't been able to play Predator Hunting Grounds since this patch went up. In fact, I believe I played it the day before this patch went up. But ever since this patch, came out, and we've talked about other problems that this game has, things that they still need to work on, all those things, right? We've talked about those in past videos. We had those videos go up, and I think one of those days is when the patch actually, came out. And people were telling me immediately in those comments that the game is seemingly broken now. On my cousin Tyler, he's been playing Predator Hunting Grounds a ton. He's been playing with me a lot. He texted me an entire, several messages saying just how absolutely awful it's now made it. Seemingly the Predator is a whole lot weaker now. I want to go over a couple of the things, mainly for the fire team and the Predator. I'm going to read out the patch notes. I'll show pictures too, so we can see if we can figure this out. But again, I just kind of want to be open with you guys that I really want to. I've really been missing Predator. I'm probably going to play it tonight. If you guys are watching this right away, I'm going to try and play it tonight. I haven't played it in a little bit, but I'm excited to jump back in. I'm also not excited to see if the game is completely ruined. So, fire team general, increased amount of time to wait for reinforcements to spawn after radio has been activated. Can no longer toggle sprinting while mid-jump. Increased stamina required to parry. Parrying without enough stamina will now cause you to enter an exhausted state. Jumping without enough stamina will now cause you to enter an exhausted state. They fixed issues where jumping didn't cost stamina. Fixed an issue where fire team fall damage wasn't calculated right. Fixed an issue where they were not able to move immediately after being down, which happened every single time for me. Fixed an issue where certain XP events would not be calculated during exfil. Fixed an issue where fire team members would see their ammo as negative amounts. Added line of sight requirement for down fire team widget to appear. Weapons, they reduced close range combat. They reduced close range combat for a couple different weapons. The D34/D removed impact grenade firing mode, reduced explosions. RP103 fixed an issue where this gun would receive ammo too early in its reload. So generally, it seems like they reduced the damage you do to the Predator when you get very, very close to him. They fixed a lot of the stamina issues, even though, the stamina issues, you could maybe take advantage of them as the fire team. I never really felt like the stamina was all that bad. Really, throughout reading all of those things, the general things that they fixed, the biggest thing that actually impacted me as a player was that downing thing. When you get downed, you're basically stuck. You're just sitting there for like a couple seconds, and then you can move. And oftentimes, sometimes I'd be downed when I was in front of AI, and the AI could shoot you, or you'd be down, in front of the Predator. And it is something that you would beneficial to move right away, right? Because if the Predator's shooting you with the bow, or even if he throws the combi stick at you, right? If he does something like that, he can nail you immediately when you're down because you really can't move. So and again, I think those things are okay. Obviously, the weapon thing doesn't seem to be the greatest thing, but the people really, or you guys, I should say, I do want to know in the comments below, guys, what do you think? Do you think this game is absolutely broken now? Let's go over the Predator. So, general, increased Predator damage, resistance to knives. Oh, and the parrying thing, which a lot of people said, is kind of OP, right? The fact that you could just parry the Predator over and over and over again. You guys were saying, add stamina, add it, connect it to stamina in some way where you can't just do it nonstop. I think that's probably a good idea. So the Predator, increased Predator damage, resistant to knives, reduce the amount of damage that the Predator receives from taking headshot damage, probably to reduce the amount of times your mask falls off so you can still use your vision. Leap Slam now causes nearby fire team members to experience a blinding effect. See, and I have read these before, and there's a couple things, right? Second Wind also causes them to experience a blinding effect. I don't know, I can picture what that is. Again, I haven't been able to play it. I haven't seen it. Let me know. Does that work? Because I feel like that's actually a cool thing. I feel like, that's an interesting idea that I don't know necessarily if it fits in the model of what this game is, right? But I could see it. If he's entering Second Wind, everybody gets blinded. That way, you can I guess you can't really escape because they probably will still see you right afterwards, but you can get a somewhat of a far distance away from them immediately. I don't hate that. I actually kind of like that. Increased health gained from feasting on boars. Boars will now show up during target isolation. That's pretty good. Make changes to the visuals of target isolation markers. Fix an issue where some of the Predator weapon reticles were incorrect. Now here's the big one. The combi stick, the weapons, reduced melee swing damage, reduced melee swing speed. Net gun, increased firing rate. Net gun can no longer be shot out of the air. Plasma caster, reduced damage to uncharged plasma caster shots. Reduced damage at maximum charge to prevent downing a full health fire team member. Smart disc, fixed an issue that caused the smart disc UI to stay on the screen if the Predator is damaged while controlling it. And then the bow, increased velocity, added ability to hold bow at full charge for an extra 10 seconds before auto release. Okay, now here's a couple things. Tyler had told me it seems like the bow feels weaker, but you can tell that you can shoot it farther away. Again, let me know if that sounds like something that happened. I feel like it probably is. That part's fine. I like that. In fact, I really love the fact that you can hold it longer, right? Because even with me, when I'm trying to be stealthy and I'm trying to go around, I am trying to, if they're not in the perfect spot, I just let go of the button. I just let go of like L2, and then he'll, obviously he just kind of drops it. But the ability to like hold it just a bit longer is maybe they get back into your sights, right? Like right away, and then you fire. I like the idea. But again, he said it. I don't know if you guys agree that it seems a little bit weaker. The biggest thing is this, the plasma caster and the combi stick. So the combi stick is the most powerful melee weapon, right? And we've talked about this in like tips and tricks. Pretty much, you're just buying time until you get to level, 42? 42 is when you unlock it. You're just buying time until you get there. You could use his normal claws. You could use like the blade that you get really, really early. You could use those. They're pretty darn terrible compared to it. And again, it's pretty much like you just have to wait till you get to that level to get it. Predators can jump in and eliminate an entire fire team, okay? In fact, there was one match, I don't know if I captured it, I don't think I did, but there was a match where 4 fire team members were in that, that cabin that's like up on a hill on that map where it's like the lake and like there's the whole city like in the water, and there's the house that's like right up there that you have to sometimes do the objective in. All 4 of the fire team members were in there. I jumped down and I eliminated all 4 of them with the combi stick. Now, is that bad? I mean, I guess, but I know I already had damaged like 2 of them. Like 2 of them were very, very low on health when I jumped in. None of them were looking at me. Their backs were all facing me. So I eliminated quite a few of them before they even started firing at me. That's how I was able to do it. So like, yeah, there's pros and cons, but it seems like greatly reducing it. And you have to be very careful. And again, this is where people are getting very, very mad, right? Because this is something that the Predator, there's always been that debate, right? We literally just talked about that yesterday. There's the debate of people online of, is the Predator too good? Is he too bad, right? Is the fire team too good? Are they too bad? There's both sides. There's all of those different arguments that people make. And eliminating lowering that the swing speed and the damage, that really hurts. And even the plasma caster, I know a lot of you guys do watch cartoons, right? When he plays Predator, you see him do it, right? He like holds it, you fully charge it, you blast it, and you can eliminate. You can down somebody with that. Eliminating that too. I mean, you're starting to bring the Predator even closer, like down, right? No matter how high you thought he was in terms of like how good or how overpowered or how powerful in general, right? Picture where that bar is. No matter where you put that bar, they lowered it. They 1,000 because the only things they really improved upon were like his movement, which by the way, the tree clipping, like clotheslining you and all that stuff, that's still all in this game. Still all there. So this is, again, I don't want to be hard on it. And when I'm hard on it, people say I'm too hard on it. And when I'm praising it, they say, why aren't you hating it? You can never honestly win with these people. I think, again, the point to drive home is once again this, and then I'll wrap this up. The point to drive home is this. I really love this game. I love the fun that this game provides. It is some of the most fun that I've had. I've played it more than I've played a lot of multiplayer games my entire life, and the game's only been out for a little while. I've told you guys my opinions on Friday the 13th. I like that game. IllFonic did a terrible job managing it afterwards. That's just, it's just flat out. Maybe that's why they don't contact me for anything. It's because I am pretty harsh on them. That's the way I see it. And we talked about this. Are these patches going to fix the game? Day one, Predator Hunting Grounds had a lot of problems. But again, it was like, all right, well, you could just kind of, if you can fix these throughout time, they're not the most damaging things in the world. But here we are. Where are we? We're like 2 weeks into this. We're 2 weeks in, or like a week and a half. I honestly have lost track entirely of time. But, we're a little while in, and there's been a couple patches. There's been like 2 or 3 patches. And the base issues, like of the Predator losing the ability to be able to jump, or losing the ability to be able to leap, or all these different things, and then you weaken him. And so you already have the base problems of this game that you really haven't fixed yet. The game we all have identified is very fun, but also, if you add night modes, if maybe you do some things with the fire team, with the reinforcements, which, yeah, obviously, again, like they did do that, right? They made it so reinforcements take longer to respawn. That's okay, but again, why not have it where they respawn a different part of the map, or the chopper? Why not make it harder? Because some people really are, people are getting through it pretty easily. Now, not everybody, but again, you're seeing where there's like a couple different categories here, right? There's base issues that some have been addressed, but honestly, I'd say most haven't. Most of the base issues with the game day one have still not been addressed. And then you have when you go deep down into it, where it's like the mechanics, where how all the different scales, let's say, right, of the Predator and of the fire team. You have those things, which were they necessarily perfect day one? No, but they weren't on the top of everybody's radar. Well, now with these patches, and this is what happens with every multiplayer game, by the way, they come to the forefront. So we weren't necessarily thinking day one of how more powerful one side was versus the other. Maybe there was a little talk there, but mainly it was, okay, long servers, this is too easy, this is too hard, these kind of the base things. But you also have this stuff, which is now a big deal. So again, I'm a big fan, but they really need to get to work. I get it, they're only one team, they can only do so many patches at one time. I get that it's a waiting process. I just hope, and it's like this with any multiplayer game, they gotta get this stuff done fast enough before people jump off, because here we are, right? We're now in May. We're going to get a lot of game announcements. We're not necessarily going to get a lot of games, but starting in June, there's going to be games, and then even July, and you go into the fall, and there's a lot of games. So with every passing month, more people are going to leave just naturally. And if you are messing with this game too much, you're going to drive more people away. And also, if you don't fix the base things, you're going to drive people away. So all of these things together, you are going to start to lose people if you're not careful, which is what we've taught. Literally, didn't I say this? I said this day one. This is the stuff you have to be careful about. And now we're seeing it. We're seeing it 2 weeks in. I still think it's okay. I think they can fix everything. Again, it sucks. Maybe I'll make another video in a couple days when I've played it and I can say, okay, here's literally every single thing still wrong about it. Because again, I haven't played it. Again, I wanted to make that very clear to you guys. But again, let me know in the comments, guys. What do you think? Is this game completely broken? Is this game steady? What do you think about the state of this game? All that kind of stuff. Let me know in the comments below. Make sure, as always, you guys are subscribed to our YouTube channel, Podcast Now. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up. And thank you so much for watching, guys. I truly appreciate it. More Predator videos coming at you every couple days at least, and I hope to see you guys there.